The British National Radio Sound Preservation and Archival Society are proud to present a remastered instalment of the classic 1950s classic serial, The Newer and Further Adventures of Upright, the story of a late Victorian gentleman, based on the novel by Gravelly Stokes, and adapted to a standard sufficient to avoid copyright infringement by Valmere Lake. Episode 5. The Underwater City Beneath the Waves. The only thing I could think of was to swim to safety. I realised shortly after diving off the tiny last remaining piece of Seagull Island that there is nowhere to swim to, so I decided to swim back. But too late. The currents had me in their grip, and slowly I began to sink beneath the sea. My life flashed before me, including several years I have not yet lived, which is encouraging. I wondered what was happening at home, whether Sally has yet received the child she's expecting, what Mrs. Jiggles is cooking for tea.
"We'll have custard. Any word from the mistress yet, Mary?"
"No, Mrs. Jiggles."
"She said she'd ring when it's time to call Dr. Handy."
"It's been 4 days, Mrs. Jiggles."
"Times is hard, Mary. She can't afford to call him out too soon."
"You'd think she'd want some food, though."
"I left her my surprise cake."
"She found that."
"Was she surprised?"
"Yes, she sat on it."
"Oh, well, that's good. I know. I'll make a celebration cake ready for when the baby's born."
"But we can't afford the ingredients, Mrs. Jiggles."
"Oh, I hope you're not suggesting we do without the apples."
"No."
"Or the cream."
"Oh, no. Neither too can we do without the sponge."
All right. I know. We'll do without the bowl. Oh, that is a mess.
"What about the master's top hat?"
"Oh, yes. Well, the last time I used that, he put it on and thought his head had exploded."
Mrs. Jiggles, my head is made of butter and cream."
"That's supposed to be lucky, that is, sir. Let's scrape it out and have it for tea."
"I think he took all his hats with him anyway."
"What about one of his boots?"
"Oh, I'll have a look."
"While you do that, I'll try and remember how to make custard."
I did not drown. I was rescued by the fish people made of fish, who lived in a strange subterranean world underwater. I was taken to their leader. To my surprise, he was a man like myself. "Greetings, sir. I am Captain Mimo. Doubtless you have heard of me?" "No." "It is a long time since I have shaken another human by the hand. I have lived beneath the sea with only primitive sea creatures for company for 100 years." So it proved that he had forgotten how to shake hands. It took some time before the task was complete. "Oh, I've missed that, sir. I've missed it. Let's do it again." "Really?" Another hour passed. This time he insisted on using no hands at all. "One day I shall have need of these 2 hands, sir, when my revolutionary underwater submersible is repaired." I realized that in the water besides the narrow ledge on which we stood, a strange craft floated, half above, and who knew how much below, the water. It sank like stone. "What is it made of?" "The most durable substance known to man. Stone." "Indeed." I thought I was done for too, but the fish people saved me. I owe them my life. So I enslaved them at once and set about making them repair my aqua vessel. Soon I shall rise again from the waves to take my rightful place as master of the world." "Rightful place? I rule beneath the sea. Is it not right I rule above it too?" "Well, that does sound reasonable. Jolly good luck, sir. I wonder, have you seen my friends?" At that moment one of the men made of fish came towards us. "What does he say?"
"How the hell do I know he's a fish?"
"Then how do you communicate?" "Memos!" "What is a memo?" "Another brilliant invention of mine. It is a short, typed bulletin." "Typed?" "Another invention of mine. A revolutionary writing device which I taught them to use, for their fins make it hard to use pen and ink. But they can tap away with an impressive word speed of 60 words per minute." "Typed memo! Typed memo!" After much miming and a short dance, it became apparent that the writing machine had exhausted its supply of paper. The strange man eyed me thoughtfully, and I feared he would search me to find my diary.
Have you any paper?
Only my diary.
Diary?
I mean dairy.
Oh.
My quick thinking might have saved me, had I not been holding the diary at the time. The fishman began pointing at it and glugging loudly.
Give me that! Yeah!
He threw it at him.
Get back to the aqua ship!
But the creature was already tearing precious pages from my book, while another ran in with a small table and a lamp. Then yet another brought a strange device I took for the captain's writing machine, but it was a chair. Next came what I took to be the captain's writing machine.
3 more people and a horse.
Only 3. Which of us then has not survived? Part of me hoped the missing man is Whippet. The other part of me hoped it too.
They are imprisoned in the fish prison. It is a prison built entirely of reinforced fish. Maybe I should put you there too.
Oh, let us shake on it.
Oh, yes! Let's shake hands, let's shake hands! Watch this, you fish folk! This is how a gentleman greets another!
That is not my hand, Captain Nemo. It is my nose.
Enough! We shall go to the fish prison, a prison built entirely of reinforced fish, and see if, like you, your friends can be of use to me.
How may I be of use to you, Captain?
My cunning ploy of shaking your hand revealed what you have there. Fingers! Fishmen do not have fingers. My hands, they are wanted for other things. But I need human fingers to complete repairs to my aquaship. Can you pull a lever, sir?
I have never tried.
Are you willing to try? I am. Then you may live.
As he led me away, I picked up my fallen diary from where it had fallen, and I put it back in my pocket.
When you're cooking custard, what you need to do is boil up a pint of milk and stir it quickly too. When you take an egg and bring another egg and bring another egg and beat them in a bowl. Chuck a load of sugar in, then dip in the milk. Whip it all together till your whipping whip is broke. Now what you do, Mary?
I don't know, Mrs. Jiggles. Mrs. Jiggles, for the last time, I think I've had my baby.
Ooh, and us with the custard only half done.
Upright, there you are. We feared you lost. Whippet, you have survived. I have. This whole place is built of fish. Is it not marvellous? Lovely fishy fish.
You will stay there until I have need of you.
Who is that chap? Do you know? His name is Captain Nemo.
Nemo? Why, sir, you mean the inventor, traveller, and adventurer, famously lost beneath the waves 100 years ago?
That's him. He smells of fish.
Everything smells of fish. Did you see Father? Is he safe?
Alas, I do not know. But if you are here, Miss Cressley, and Mr. Thud is here, and unfortunately Whippet is here, who is the member of our party missing?
You?
No, I do not think so. There must have been another.
Snivellingly, sir, and set him right. He stole the X from the map, remember? Making the thing worthless.
Upright smudged it with his thumb anyway. Shut up, Whippet.
He did. Ah! On that thumb remains the imprint of the X, sir. All we need is a clean sheet of paper, and we can recreate the map. All we need is Upright to put his thumb on it. Egad!
All the blank pages of my diary were taken by the fishmen.
Then we must get out of here at once.
And find Father.
Captain Nemo says he has need of a horse and people's fingers, so I'm sure he is safe.
We must find him.
Yes, we shall, and some paper, and make a new map.
But how will we get out? Delicious fish, it's delicious. Yummy, yummy, yummy fish. Whippet had already eaten half the wall, and in another few minutes we were free.
Oh, it's too much custard, too much custard. Turn it off the boil, Mary. Send for Dr. Handy, someone.
It's too late now, Mrs. Jiggles. The baby is here. I have your surprise cake to thank for that.
Oh, madam, I say.
What will you call it?
Oh, I think surprise cake's good enough. I don't hold with giving cakes fancy names. Like Babs.
I mean the baby. Is it a girl or a boy? Oh, we must have a look.
Oh dear. Oh gosh. I'm all of a jiggle.
We found our way to the control room where Mr. Thud was very interested in the aquaship.
I am very interested in the aquaship.
And I located the unused paper and stuffed the sheets back into my diary.
Lead on upright for the new map.
But as I spread out the sheet and the others gathered round, to my horror, I saw that the ink from the cross on the original map was gone from my thumb.
You've washed it off?
Never! I do not wash my thumbs.
But you shake hands, sir.
Captain Nemo.
I wondered what that smudge might mean. A map, an X, treasure. Ha 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 ha! You have come from Seagull Island. See? I have washed my thumb clean.
No!
There is no treasure there. There is, sir. The map said so. That X was not for treasure. It was for something far more valuable. Something I cannot allow anyone else to know the location of. It is what gives me my eternal life. Did I not say I am 100?
We just thought you was potty.
It is why I need clean fingers. On the island is a secret fountain, and on certain nights of the year a touch of its waters renews my life for another span. I am due to go there soon, for if I do not, those halted years will race up upon me, and I shall die.
It did not seem a good time to tell him that Seagull Island is no more, and he probably faces a certain and probably unpleasant death very soon. So I regret that I did.
What? Seagull Island destroyed? The fountain lost? My life at an end?
Yes, I'm afraid so. Never mind, Upright. It was not all your fault. It was not my fault at all.
Take him and throw him to the sharks!
You have been listening to The Underwater City Beneath the Waves, being Episode 5 of Upright, the newer and further adventures of a late Victorian gentleman, adapted by Valmere Lake from the novel by Gravelly Stoats. Next week, Episode 6, Certain Death.